I was to say something true, like Jesus is your judge, well, that's true, except for the image it creates isn't true. So I've asked all over the world, when I say Jesus is your judge, what do you picture? Almost everybody pictures some sort of heavenly courtroom, and Jesus is the courtroom official, and he's looking at your life, deciding if you're in or out, or right or wrong. And in some really shame-based situations, you might have even been told, one day Jesus is going to put your whole life on a giant movie screen, and everyone in heaven's going to watch everything you ever did, which leads to all kinds of toxic psychology and problems. What kind of mentally healthy person would ever want to be in relationship with someone who admits beforehand, I'm keeping track of everything you do and I'm going to publicly shame you? That's number one. Number two, how boring can you possibly make heaven? Like 13.7 billion people have lived and died with an average lifespan of 50 years. That means the first 650 billion years of eternity is watching people's lives? Come on. Imagine that. Strap in, everybody. Next up, Methuselah. Come on. Come on. And third, a lot of us were told those things when we were 7. I was. That's my story. My story is I was told that Jesus loved me, but would in fact put my whole life on a movie screen in front of everybody. And that creates all kinds of shame, even when you're 7. But by the time you get to 47, there's things on that film you don't want shown to anybody. And your personal best friends would never do that, which leads to this question: how have we presented an image of God that's meaner than our human friends? See, the problem with saying Jesus is your judge is not that it's not true. It is. It's just the primary image of what judgment is. In Hebrew, the word judge is defender, someone who's anointed by God to set you free. And you already knew that because there's a whole book in the Bible called the Book of Judges. And these people are not courtroom officials. They're people anointed by God to set us free. So when we say, Jesus is your judge, now come on in, press in, get close to Jesus. Nobody wants to be in court. No mentally healthy person wants to be in court. But what if we said, hey, come on, let's press in and get close to the one finally and fully anointed by God to set you free from whatever's been holding you back, to engage in your broken, chaotic story in order to write a better narrative and participate in new creation. Well, that's better.